The Satanic Temple of Ohio is notching another win for religious freedom by taking advantage of a program in public schools passed by Ohio Republicans that allows for students to be taken off campus for religious education. Hmm, religious education. So, that is, of course, one of the ways that the right wing in Ohio is trying to indoctrinate children into, well, religion, specifically evangelical type of religion. And so it's known as a religious release program. And now students at the Edgewood Elementary School in Marysville, Ohio, will be allowed to take time off during the school day to attend the Satanic Temple's Hellion Academy of Independent Learning, also known as HAIL. Because why not call it Hail? Hail what? Mm.
It's the devil, okay?
Brilliant. Brilliant. Now, of course, look, before people freak out, remember, these people are not actual Satanists, okay? They don't really worship the devil. They're secular, advocates for secular education and government to keep all religions out. And so what they're doing is saying, well, if you open the door for one religion, you got to open the door for all religions. And we're technically a religion now. So thanks for opening the door to the Satanists. Their mission, though, is to push back against these laws that would erode the separation of church and state, which unfortunately you have Republicans, evangelical activists that are doing just that. Now, June Everett happens to be a local minister at the Satanic Temple. She tells local news station WCMH that the Satanic religious education is only offered at schools where it's being requested, for one, unlike the other program, LifeWise, which I'm going to get into that, okay? And are saying that, hey, look, we're only there where we're requested and only in schools with programs that already allow for similar religious releases. Basically saying, we are not trying to press ourselves upon your kids, okay? We're not trying to do that. We're just trying to provide a balance, okay? So now, according to Everett, parent at Edgewood, of a student at Edgewood, put in a request for HAIL as an alternative to the LifeWise Academy, which is offering Bible lessons in 200 different schools across the state of Ohio. So now, what are they actually teaching those children in this, program, right? Well, LifeWise's curriculum teaches that the Bible is inerrant, so can't be wrong, 100% true, 100% correct, no mistakes whatsoever. That's a common evangelical perspective, okay? Now, to younger students, they teach that Adam and Eve are described as the literal first humans. No humans beforehand. So can't really explain which in the Bible Cain, runs into what? The land of Nod, I believe, which is an entire effing city. Where did they come from? Who are they? Who lives in the land of Nod? Can't really explain that one. Okay. Again, it's so bizarre. But anyway, LifeWise doesn't get into that. No, they just say, well, it's only in Adam and Eve, first humans, only humans. That's right. Their sin and punishment, separation from God, extend over all human beings. And that's it. Now, that's getting taught to the young kids. Middle schoolers are learning that God designed two separate, distinct genders to complement one another in a relationship. Oh, and that God cares for all people, including the poor. Well, I'm surprised Republicans allowed for that, because they sure really don't like that whole caring for the poor thing. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to try to excise that from the lesson plans. The available portion of the high school curriculum this is all according to Mother Jones, by the way, contrasts worldviews that compete with Christianity, i.e., Islam, secularism, Marxism. What? Whoa, Marxism competing with Christianity? What? That's not a real thing. They're not in competition. Marxism isn't a religion. That's bizarre. New spirituality and postmodernism, so that students may engage in evaluative and comparative studies of biblical and unbiblical worldviews. Marxism in competition with Christianity. Do you know anything about Jesus? Do you know anything about how Jesus operated? Oh my God. These people and they're insane world. Oh, and they're all like, we're just trying to, we're not part of the culture wars. Oh, really? But I'll get to that. Now, LifeWise's high school curriculum comes from the Foundations Understanding the Times series, portions of which are included in LifeWise's 48-hour curriculum share. The Foundation series is produced by Summit Ministries, a Christian student leadership organization, which makes its cultural outlook clear across its own student training topics, including promoting life, which is, again, anti-abortion, right? A Christian response to critical race theory. Yes. Oh, it's not going to be a good response to that, by the way. And how transgenderism affects America's youth. So, anti-gay, anti-trans, anti-critical race theory. And yet they claim, oh, no, we're not using the language of the culture wars. No. We're not interested in the culture wars. We're just, teaching kids a biblical worldview, which is apparently against Marxism, transgender, the transgender ideology. Oh, or they just shorten it to gender ideology, and critical race theory. Right. Sure. Here's the thing, though. You don't really have to use the language of the culture wars to do culture wars. Okay. Look, if you're only teaching kids a certain perspective on marriage and family, i.e., this is what the standard marriage and family is supposed to look like, especially when you're teaching young kids, hey, this is what it's supposed to look like, they're going to learn that, oh, anything that doesn't look like that is obviously wrong, and that you will go to hell if you believe in that or if you practice that, which again is indoctrination. And not only that, but of course teaching them the gender binary. They're going to react a certain way to the LGBTQ community once they actually get out and into the world. So very clear that LifeWise, is part of the culture war. Okay, and not only that, but look who they're sponsoring. LifeWise was a sponsor for Turning Point USA's Believer Summit. Media Matters noted that the Heritage Foundation and the Family Research Council, which are both Project 2025 signatories, have also promoted LifeWise on their podcasts, their respective podcasts. So, yeah, and LifeWise's funders include local foundations and national philanthropic groups, but also Patriot Mobile, the wireless company funding conservative causes. Not only that, but Ohio Republicans obviously have been pushing the LifeWise on, and look, they're first they're like, well, it's just optional. It's optional. You don't actually have to allow LifeWise into it, except now they're pushing a bill to make this program universal in all Ohio schools, basically making it impossible to refuse if LifeWise when it does come to your school. Because currently, you can refuse it. But if Republicans have their way, you won't be able to. So it's an indoctrination thing. Now, compare that to the Satanic Temple, saying, quote, we aren't trying to shut LifeWise Academy down, but I do think a lot of the school districts don't realize that when they open the door for one religion, they open the door for all of them. Yeah. And that's according to a quote from Everett. So, look, here's the thing. I love what the Satanic Temple is doing. Okay? And what are they doing, you ask? Well, they're undermining the right-wing Christo-fascist takeover of education by using their own laws against them. While LifeWise is trying to use their, ties to Republican politicians to get themselves shoved into every school without choice. First, it's like, oh, no, you can choose to bring us in if you want. And then once they get their foot in the door, oh, we're actually going to make it so that, the people who chose not to have us in the schools don't get that choice anymore. So just in case you were unsure which group actually believes in religious freedom, I mean, after this, to seeing this video, hearing the story, I think it should be pretty obvious. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.